your Android or iOS phone.
The Radio Cayman app
is where you can listen to Radio Cayman everywhere you go.
Everywhere we go, we go. Everywhere we go, we go.
Find it in the Google Store, the Apple Store, or use the link at www.radiocayman.gov.ky.
Yes, now you can listen to Radio Cayman everywhere.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.
But I do have some questions.
There are more questions than answers.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Talk Today.
What's on your mind, Cayman? If you're ready to talk, we are ready to listen. Discussing current events and local news, community spotlights, hot topics, listener stories, cultural and historical discussions, environmental issues, fun and lighthearted topics, guest interviews. Cayman, basically anything you want to talk about, we are ready to listen. Here's your guest host, Charles Glidden.
Coming up next on Talk Today, we learn about Cayman's observance of World Dementia Month and get an update on activities of the Cayman Islands Legal Assistance Clinic and their upcoming sessions. Later in the show, it's Open Line, when you can have your say and let us know what's on your mind. Talk Today, next on Radio Cayman. Stay with me.
Talk Today is reminding you
to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
And now, back to Talk Today.
Welcome to Talk Today. I'm Charles Glidden. Glad you could tune in. Hope everybody had a good weekend. A chance to recharge the batteries and ready to face a brand new week. So far, September's been a pretty good weather-wise, right? And fingers crossed that's how it stays. And September is World Alzheimer's Awareness Month, and it's being observed here in Cayman, as it is in many places. This debilitating disease is the source of much discomfort, frustration, and sadness for so many families. In our first segment, we hear from the Alzheimer's and Dementia Association of the Cayman Islands about their work and the awareness activities this month. In the studio with me now are Lauren Lucas-Currie, the Administrative Assistant with the Alzheimer's and Dementia Association of the Cayman Islands, and also Dorothy Davis, the Chair of the Board of the Alzheimer's and Dementia Association of the Cayman Islands. Ladies, good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, and thank you for having us.
Tell us, we say Alzheimer's and dementia. Is there a definite difference there?
Yes. Alzheimer's is one of the dementia. So we explain it in layman terms because neither one of us are any medical professionals. So
that's the best way to tell us.
Yes. So it's the umbrella. So dementia is the umbrella term, right? Because under that umbrella, there are many different dementias. So Alzheimer's being one of the most common. Then you have the Lewy bodies dementia, you have vascular dementia, frontotemporal dementia, and many others. So you think about someone that's diagnosed with cancer, for example. It's many different types of cancer, and that's the same as for dementia. So dementia is like the symptoms of the disease, like forgetting the memory, and not only memory, but your ability to do things the way you did them before, or your cognitive decline, all the things that are cognitive decline under those.
What is some of the work that goes on with the association?
Well, Since you've been there, you can talk about that.
Well, we do a lot of things. Basically, we have seniors events where even if you don't have dementia, it's dementia friendly. So we make sure that it's inclusive for all. We have those on a weekly to bi-weekly basis. Just depends what's going on in the community. We provide financial support for families in need for care products, medications, medical bills that are not covered by insurance. We have funded respite care to give family caregivers or even paid caregivers some time off. We have consultations if you're recently diagnosed. We have family consultations. We have home safe visits. We have caregiver support groups in the evenings to accommodate people who are working and stuff like that. And it just shows you that you're not alone. Like, we're here to support everyone on this journey because it doesn't just affect the individual. It affects the whole family and everyone around them.
Yeah, that's the thing about this sort of disease, isn't it? I mean, you just look at the person, they seem to be okay.
Right.
But it's when you start to try and interact that you realize how frustrating this disease can be, how
or how frustrating
sad
it is
it can
for
be.
them.
Yeah.
Because it is frustrating for them. You imagine when they want to communicate with you, but they don't have the ability to no longer communicate with you. So that is quite frustrating. Or you see Charles and you can't say the word child, the name doesn't come to you. You might have a slight remembrance that you're a child, so they call you Chalo or whatever, but it's just not coming to you. That is not coming to you. And that happens in many families. Or, like, for example, we always use this one, like with the grandmother and the kids. So grandma today is this nice, loving individual. Next week when she comes, she doesn't know who the little 5-year-old, 6-year-old, they don't understand that, she's mean to them. Then they say, why is grandma mean to me today? Because she was so loving and last week. And so that's why we say it affects the whole family, from the little one to the elders.
Is that a common thing that when you say that they're mean, that is that coming from their frustration, or is that?
It's one of the behaviors.
Because I've heard it a lot.
It could be one of the behaviors, because I'm talking for my mom, because a lot of things that I will say is based on my mom's diagnosis when she was diagnosed. So each one of us on our board have a personal connection to someone with dementia. I think Lauren is the only one that doesn't have.
No, I do.
Oh, you do? Oh, yeah, she does. Yeah. So almost everyone, because unless you're on this journey, somehow you can't, that people don't really understand how difficult this disease is. So one of the behaviors are like that person will, let's say that person, we always say in Cayman, that person's a Christian. She goes to church every Sunday. She has never said a bad word in her life. Now, this is the type of dementia, that part of the brain is no longer able to filter those bad words. So now she might curse in church, or she might curse her husband, or curse people out, or curse her grandchildren out if they come near her. Now, that is not grandmother. And you
totally out of character.
Out of character, yes.
And how do you help people? Give us some insight.
Families. The way that we help families is actually bringing awareness is one thing. Educating them on how to not realize, best thing to say, remember, this is not the individual. This is a disease that's causing this problem. So let's separate.
And that can be really hard.
It is hard, but it's one of the things that we offer the support. Whether we have to talk to you every day, you can call us whether it's online support, telephone support, in-office support. We go to the homes and we sit down with the families, and we have to say, you have to separate, because some family member on the side saying, well, she remembered me today. She didn't know what she was doing. And she might change. It may be that snap of a moment, a little 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or maybe a couple, half a day. You're going to be that person that you knew many years ago. And then by sundown, she's changed into someone else. He or she has changed into someone else. But it is support. It is education. And it is lots and lots of patience and love for the individual. It's one of those things. And they're not going to change. There's no magic pill. There are some medications that help with the behaviors, like how, help you calm you down if you're very agitated and so forth. But there's nothing is going to cure. Right now, there's no cure. And it gets progressively worse, this disease.
We have to take a break here, but we'll be right back.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Protect your computers and mobile devices with security software to defend against cyber attacks through viruses, malware, and other online threats. Be aware of unsecure Wi-Fi connections when in public. If you need to access your online banking or sensitive information on your mobile devices, try disabling the Wi-Fi and switching to data from your mobile network. If you suspect a fraud attempt, please contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
It's a sizzling summer with Jan Money. You can win a luxury weekend getaway for two when you send or receive money from now until September 30, 2025. That's right. We're turning up the heat this summer with Jan Money. Visit www.janmoneyonline.com to learn more about how to win. What are you waiting for? Send, win, relax this summer with Jan Money.
Good day, Cayman. This is Lucille Seymour. I warmly invite you to the annual Aging Forum, a free gathering to honor our older persons with joy and dignity. Join us on Saturday, September 20th from 1 to 7 p.m. at the Westin Governor's Ballroom. There'll be lunch, music, and meaningful conversation, a space to listen, share, and celebrate wisdom. All are welcome, families, caregivers, and friends. Let's come together in love and gratitude.
Radio Cayman News.
Child is recovering after weekend stabbing,
breaching bail conditions and committing an act of public indecency.
Farmers are all ready to go. Everybody should have their lease in hand very shortly.
The National Coalition for Caymanians Administration announces another land purchase.
The government has been looking at this land for a long time.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice for today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and we're talking about World Alzheimer's Awareness Month and what is going on here in Cayman. If you have a question, you can pick up the phone, give us a call. Our guests will try to answer it to the best of their ability. Just remember, they're not medical personnel, they're not doctors. They're with the Alzheimer's and Dementia Association of the Cayman Islands, and they help people and families who are dealing with this type of disease. And just before we broke away, you were saying that, this is something that there's no magic pill for. And this is something that will continue for the rest of the lives of whoever is suffering it. This must put an awful strain on families.
It is. And a very difficult financial strain on family. You imagine there are some persons living with dementia that have been diagnosed for 20 years.
Wow.
And they need care, medical, they need care, someone to care for them. If it's not a family member, have to be a paid caregiver. So it is a financial strain. And we always say, it's one of those diseases that really has a large effect on our social services, because a lot of the persons with dementia, some of them falls into indigent care. A lot of seniors, a lot of people don't have insurance, for example. So, someone have to pay for their medical care. Mm-hmm. So we've seen a lot of people without that. That's where our financial aid comes in and help. There are people that sometimes can't pay for imaging if they have to go else, like to another hospital. They don't have insurance. So we would help, like maybe help for a CT scan or if it's an MRI. No, we can't help everyone, but we do help those that, like need first come, first serve sort of, or they don't have the financial, can't get funds elsewhere.
You are the second person on here that involved in community service that has mentioned that there are many people out there that don't have insurance coverage.
Yeah.
Are you surprised by the number of people you run into? I mean, in a place where insurance by law is mandatory. I
am not really surprised because I could have been one of those people myself. Because when I retired from the private sector, for example, my insurance was going to cost me the one that I had, which was a very good plan. If I'd continued with that was like $700 and something per month. So you imagine you get $1,400 pension, $700 is insurance, a light bill, water bill, food, gas, everything else. No, you can't live on that. You can't live on that. Then if you go to another insurance company and you have to get the little chic plan, what does it really cover? 1 or 2 times to the, to the hospital.
One visit to the doctor and it's almost wiped out.
Yes, and it's done, right? And then there are some people that have cynical insurance. Now, if you were a retired civil servant, you may be in a better place because you can go to the HSA and you're covered on insurance. But it is quite difficult. So people end up going to the financial assistance unit to try to get insurance, and that might be for 3 months. They have the indigent coverage through Cynical. I think they get it like 3 or 6 months, depend on your condition.
Mm. How do you get your funding, Lauren?
Donations. We have corporate donations. We have fundraisers like the one we had yesterday, which was a walk run. We beg practically for our needs, what is needed, but we do have some excellent corporate sponsors that we are very grateful to, some anonymous ones and, some that give.
Would you like to recognize some of those corporate sponsors here?
Yeah,
for our walk run, we had an amazing turnout. And sorry, we're kind of shifting gears here a little bit, but we definitely wanted to take some time to thank, number one, the community for coming out and showing us so much love and support that was completely unexpected. We had no idea that many people were going to be supporting us and, walking together for our mission and for the loved ones. So that was the World Walks Against Dementia that happened yesterday, September 7th. And so our sponsors for that were Health City, CG Britcay, Cereba, Rotary, Conyers, Auto Spa, Augier, Cayman National, Doctors Hospital, Maples, Cayman First, 7 Mile Sounds, LIG Services, Subway, KPMG, Camana Bay, Jake Scott, and PBS Printed. So we are...
And others.
And we had a huge community response for raffle prizes as well. So we really appreciate everyone that gave. If you're interested in... It's a long list. So if you're interested in who gave us the raffle prizes, we will be making a press release on our website, thanking individually all of the people who have given us for raffle prizes. Those were the major sponsors of the event. So we wanted to take a moment
Trevor from
from Race Caribbean, Brendan from
Triumph Multi Sports.
Yep.
The MC James.
we had so many people, and then Israel as well. Our lead volunteer Israel was amazing.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of people that
came out. Yeah. So there, Radio Cayman for the ads.
Don't leave us out.
Yeah, Radio Cayman. We can't leave them out. Campus Media. There's so many people. Minister Isaac Rankin. I don't remember the name of his ministry, but it's such a long list. But for him to be there and coming out and supporting us and so forth. So there's a lot of lists, long list of things. But we do, as I say, we have other corporate sponsors that help us with, large sums of funds to carry out our mission. As I say, some of them don't want to be, they're anonymous sponsors. But we do have, we have to recognize the, like Conyers, for example. Conyers have been, they have supported us through the years And I was real happy that they came on as a gold
I know,
sponsor.
that was good.
Yeah, they have real fun. But we have a lot of like Maples, Walkers,
Well, that's great.
But we have Butterfield, A.L. Thompson's, Butterfield. Gosh, there's so many. You know, like when you're doing corporate sponsorship, there's a lot. You're going to miss someone, and which we don't want to do, but we do have, and that's how we get our funding. Lauren is the only paid employee in office. I mean, I'm not paid. I work 24/7.
Literally 24/7. If you get a 3 a.m. email from her, that's normal. It's okay.
Well, ladies, I'm going to ask you to put on your headphones there because
Sure.
we do have a caller.
Okay.
So let's check in with them. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today. Hello?
Good afternoon, Carlo. Good afternoon, ladies.
Good afternoon.
I have a question, if I may ask you guys. While you're not maybe doctors or scientists, are you able to say what's the difference between dementia and mad cow disease?
Mad cow? No. The answer is...
You heard that before that name?
I heard a mad cow,
Yeah,
but I can't tell you what that is, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, I think what you were talking about, the outbreak that they had in the UK and so forth, and some other places, right?
Correct.
Yeah. I think I don't think that's to do with a mental condition, though. I think that's a more strictly physical effect that you have if you get that, if you eat the beef from cows that were infected with that.
It's actually a mental and physical condition that people have. So that's why I'm asking. It's not just physical, it's mental as well.
Okay.
And may I go on to say, when it comes to dementia, let's take a deeper look into what's happening about dementia. My honest, sincere opinion, a lot of the people that they are calling got dementia, if you check their record, a lot of those people just went by the wayside practically overnight. If you, and this is just my opinion again, if you don't keep your brain active, your physical active, then you can expect anything. And I see a lot of people that has claimed dementia, and there were people by the wayside just taking each day at a time. If you don't get that body circulating with your blood boiling at least 3 or 4 times a week, I would say you're in for a lot of problems. There's a lot of people in my age and older, very active, every day working, and thank God so far at 77, going in 78. I'm not boasting, but I'm happy that I can go every day and do a physical, good little day's work for myself. And, you got to look into this thing about this mobile phones with the radiation. All these things may be contributing to dementia. So I would like to hear soon enough that people are taking a wider and deeper look what is really causing this dementia. So that's my little speech today, guys. Have a pleasant day. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for the call.
Yes, and we do have an awareness meeting, which, sir, I'm hoping that you'll be able to come out on the 18th.
Mm-hmm.
It's at the Craddock Ebanks Civic Center in Northside, and the other one is on the 25th at the John Gray Memorial Church Hall.
They're both at 6:30 in the evening, so we've accommodated people that work, and we would really appreciate the community coming out. And at that point, you can hear from doctors from Health City in Northside, and then Dr. Ryan from Doctors Hospital on the 25th in West Bay. And, I mean, he might be able to kind of answer those questions more clearly for you.
And they're both neurologists. So, but one of the things that he did mention is that's one that they want people to keep their brain active,
Yes.
physically active, mentally active, and so forth. However, I've seen in Florida when we went for training, there was a doctor that took us on her journey, like through her patients, and a lot of her patients were NASA scientists. They were not inactive.
Yeah, because you have early onset Alzheimer's too, right? People who are very active, suddenly they're on a decline.
Right. And we have here in the Cayman Islands, we have very young people. We had, and I've talked about this, he's one of the classic examples of people having his issues. Well, the doctors think that he got a lot of knocks in his head, and he was having like mini strokes that caused like vascular dementia. And he was like in his 40s. He's not even 60s yet, and it's advanced quite rapidly.
Okay, we have to stick a pin there. I know we have a caller on the line, but I'm going to ask the caller to please be patient, and we'll get you right after this.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit caymanairways.com/cargo.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Storms bring wind, rain, and unexpected costs to buy supplies, secure your home, or make minor repairs. Incidental expenses not covered by insurance. Until now, with Cineco's parametric coverage, you get automatic payouts within 2 to 3 weeks of a Category 3 or stronger hurricane, whether or not you have damage. Available only through Cineco's homeowners insurance. Visit cineco.ky to get a quote today. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
We are now in the hurricane season, and to survive a hurricane, you need to be informed. If you have been informed by official sources that a hurricane is approaching the Cayman Islands, and you live in a low-lying area that is prone to flooding or near the beaches, which may be swept by high tides or storm waves, please seek a safe place and high ground. If the only way for you to get to a safe place is a road that is also likely to be flooded during a storm, please leave home early. Don't run the risk of being stranded. This has been a public service announcement from your community station, Radio Cayman.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and we're talking here about World Alzheimer's Awareness Month, and we have a caller that's been patiently holding on. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Good afternoon, Charlo, and the wonderful ladies here.
Good afternoon.
I quite understand my friend there was just saying on the line about keeping physically and mentally active. And I think that's important in every aspect of health, and I guess with the Alzheimer's dementia thing also. But just as you said, ma'am, there are people who are very active mentally and so forth and physically and still are down to that. I know people now who like my age and most of them a little bit younger, some good bit younger. And when I mentioned to someone that, I haven't seen so-and-so for about a year now, they said, doesn't even make sense. You go and look for them, they might recognize you. I find it so astounding and unbelievable that in that little time, that very active person, physically and mentally, would be down like that. And it really is, something that is astounding and almost incomprehensible. You can't understand it. And I just wonder two things, but I'm going to leave you with a little bit of levity. But I just wondered if it's a kind of hereditary thing, and also if we have a high proportion of it. The second thing is that per capita in Cayman, is that so? But I just leave you with this. I have a good friend. He's passed away now, as he would be in his 90s. That an American, and I used to look after his condo for him. And he said to me, Mick, I went to my doctor a couple of days ago, just before he came down for a trip, and he said, I told him, Doc, I'm wondering if I'm getting Alzheimer's. He said, every time I keep forgetting where I put my keys. He said, so I thought I might be getting Alzheimer's. And the doctor said to him, Chuck, that's not Alzheimer's. That's Partzheimer's. He says, when you forget where you put your keys. He says, Alzheimer's is when you find them and you don't know what they're for.
Mm.
Yep.
Anyhow, I just thought I'd leave you that little joke. But I just wondered about the two things I said, whether it's a high prevalence of it here in Cayman or it's a kind of hereditary thing. Is that two of the factors also? I listen on. Thank you so
much.
Very
Thanks for the call, Mickey.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. Well, as again, like you rightly say, we're not medical people, but we have trained, we've done studies, and we have to, make sure that we're up to date with lots of things that we talk about in the association. However, I think one component of Alzheimer's or other related dementias, maybe there are a hereditary gene, right? Which I don't want to talk about it, so that would make it. And we see that families that have had like a parent or both parents with it, quite a few of the children have been diagnosed with some form of dementia. So that is one thing. And the second thing that the gentleman just spoke about is forgetting your keys. So some of those things are early stage. We all forget our keys and so forth. But like if you find your keys, like what he said, you don't know. Do you know what the keys are for? Or if you put your keys or your telephones or some things that we always have with us in places that would not be, like in the freezer, in the cabinets or something, and then you blame someone of stealing that phone. So they can't retrace the step. They would not be able to retrace or just say, I was just in front of the fridge. Let me look in the fridge. Those are things that we worry about.
And is there a prevalence of dementia and Alzheimer's?
We have seen an increase in the numbers, but we were thinking, it's more prevalent over 65, but we're seeing a lot of diagnoses under the age of 65 now.
Okay, we've got a couple of calls here, so let's see if we can get them in. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today. Good afternoon. Hello?
Good afternoon, Charlo.
Good afternoon. Go ahead.
Okay. Good afternoon to you guests too.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hello?
I'd like to share something with you all. In 1994, my earthly father was diagnosed with cancer. One lung was totally cancerated, and half of the other lung was cancerated. And the doctors told us, the family, that he had less than 3 months left to live. I went home and I looked in the Bible for healing. And I found the scripture for healing. And it says to get 3 elders from the church, anoint the sick person with oil, allow the sick person to pray, and to pray in faith, and the sick person shall be healed. I took my grandfather, the pastor, and Brother John, Chef John, to the hospital with me. And we were about to pray with my dad in intensive care. And another gentleman came across, who was a police officer that used to work with my dad when he was a police. And he asked my dad what he was doing in the hospital. And my dad said to him, I'm very sick, but they're getting ready to pray with me now. And the man said, well, I'd like to pray with you all also, Mr. Buddy. I just got saved about 3 months ago. And he joined us with prayer. And we all prayed with my dad. Yeah. And after we prayed with him, he got saved. And he lived for 11 years and 8 months afterwards.
Wow.
He even went back to work. So when there are times that doctors can only do so much, or medication can only do so much, the one who created us, once we be obedient and do as they command us to do, they will always keep their promises.
Well, thank you so much for that wonderful story.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah. I need to get someone else in. We got another caller, but thank you for calling. We have another caller on the line. Let's see if we can get them in here before we have to go to the news. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of relevance to what that gentleman just said. But, I think this thing about the hereditary angle of it, I think it runs quite prevalent here in Cayman, and maybe there ought to be a little more emphasis placed in that direction to see exactly, where we stand at it. And Dorothy, you sound quite comfortable in the studio.
Oh, yes. Well, this is like my home.
Anyway, that's my thoughts. But I think there is a hereditary connection quite prevalent here in Cayman. So you can go to the news now.
Okay.
My first job on this island was Radio Cayman.
Yeah?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
So we have a history. We have
Yes.
a shared history. We're running out of time here. Is there anything that you want people to know?
There's a lot of stuff connected with the hereditary angle.
I agree.
But I think it's a prevalent strain here in connection with dementia in Cayman, and maybe there ought to be a little more research into it.
Yeah. Mr. Bankswell, we are going to have Dr. Ryan down in West Bay on the 25th. So hopefully you could come out and join us at that awareness meeting.
So anything that you want people to know about what's going on for the rest of the month?
So we have those community meetings. We are going to have a booth at the Cancer Society Health Fair. So feel free to visit a health conference,
And the Aging Conference on the 20th. We'll be doing a dementia simulation there in conjunction with the Older Persons Council.
So you're going to all the districts?
We will be doing, so North Side will encompass, like Bordentown, East End, and North Side, yeah.
And when is that?
And then that's on the 18th.
Okay, and then you said
West Bay.
West Bay,
right? And then we'll be doing others one of the things is finding, like a place to accommodate a large group. Yeah. So
all right. Well, thank you all for coming in and letting us know, enlightening us about this really terrible disease that affects so many people.
Yeah.
Have a good afternoon.
Thank you, and thank you for having us.
It's 1:00. Time to check in with the newsroom and see what's making headlines.
Time goes quickly.
We are Radio Cayman.
Covering Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and Grand Cayman.
1 in a million. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
I'm April Cummings with your latest headlines. The National Coalition for Caymanians Administration is planning to launch a property price index next month that will track changes in residential property prices across the islands. Government says the RPPI will use verified and robust data to ensure the highest accuracy possible. The RPPI will be officially launched at the 2025 RCIS Property Forum on Thursday, September 25th at the Grand Marriott Hotel. In international headlines, the U.S. Supreme Court today cleared the way for federal immigration agents to resume sweeping enforcement operations in Los Angeles, lifting restrictions that had barred officers from conducting stops based solely on factors like race, language, occupation, or location. The 6-3 decision marks another victory for U.S. President Donald Trump's immigration crackdown and allows what critics call roving patrols to continue amid ongoing constitutional challenges. The 6-3 decision marks another victory for President Donald Trump's immigration crackdown and allows what critics call roving patrols to continue amid ongoing constitutional challenges. Police in Nepal's capital of Kathmandu opened fire today on demonstrators protesting a government attempt to regulate social media that blocked some of the world's largest platforms, including Facebook, X, and YouTube. At least 17 people were killed. Rallies swept the streets around the Parliament building, which was surrounded by tens of thousands of people, angry at authorities who said the companies had failed to register and submit to government oversight. Officials say at least 145 people were wounded. Those are your headlines. I'm April Cummings.
Radio Cayman. More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter. Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Do you have a healthcare question but not sure who to ask? Contact HSA's Patient Call Center to speak to one of our experienced clinical team members. We are here to answer your questions and help guide you through your healthcare journey. Need to make an appointment? Our team can help. Contact HSA at 949-8600 or email info@hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Holroy Eric Lorenzo Walton, born on August 13, 1936 in Bogasan, Cayman Brac, was not only an avid artist and seaman, affectionately named Roy. He also made significant impacts in the construction industry, founding H&A Construction in 1972 and working on landmark projects. He was also a passionate educator, hosting free art classes for children and fostering creativity through an annual art competition at Spot Bay Primary School. Roy and his wife Anne were dedicated to preserving the heritage of the sister islands, designing the lighthouse statue at the Cayman Brac and Little Cayman's Seamen's Center. Roy's efforts in collecting and displaying seafaring history ensured that the stories of Caymanian seafarers would be passed down to future generations. His life's work continues to resonate with the community and beyond.
Radio Cayman Talk Today continues.
Welcome back to Talk Today. Let's have a little quick check on the weather. It's 90 degrees outside. Feels like 104. Wind out of the south-southeast at about 7 knots. And today's forecast is calling for more of those thunderstorms right through the evening and into the night. And taking a look at the forecast map of the National Hurricane Center in Miami, tropical cyclone activity is not expected during the next 7 days. I'd like to be able to read that. Yeah, that disturbance that was out there kind of petered out, so we don't have to worry about that. And legal advice is something that many people find out of their reach due to financial difficulties. Cayman's Truman Bodden Law School, along with the Department of Legal Aid and Cayman Islands Legal Practitioners Association, are doing something to change that with their Cayman Islands Legal Assistance Clinic. The clinic offers free legal advice to eligible people, and here to tell us more is Andrew Perkins, the Assistant Director of the Truman Bodden Law School. Good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for having me on.
How long has this been going on?
So this is a project that started in 2021, just as the previous Chief Justice, Sir Anthony Smalley, was reaching his retirement. We founded, and there was a will between the Legal Practitioners Association, the Department of Legal Aid and the students to be able to offer to the Cayman community free legal advice across a whole host of areas. One, it gives the community the great benefit to get some signposting as to next steps, and for our students it gives them that opportunity to take sort of practical hands-on training with some real-life cases before they start off on their practice journeys.
I would think that without this kind of assistance, there are a lot of people who would be sort of like lost as far as taking legal steps or how to protect themselves.
I think the clinic offers a great service in that we can really advise as to when somebody has a problem and what the next steps are that they need to take. Being served with legal documents or having a legal problem can be very, very daunting, and coming along and talking to us and seeing what your options are and being told what you can do next can really calm a situation. So we hope that we've been able to make a number of daunting situations a lot easier for the Cayman public.
Who can take advantage of this?
Absolutely anybody. It is a completely free service, open to everybody on the island.
Now, looking at the website, it used the word eligible. So do you have to have certain parameters that you have to fit into?
In terms of a referral to legal aid, you need to fit into the legal aid criteria. But in terms of booking an appointment, the eligibility really just refers to the areas of law that we're able to cover. And we're incredibly lucky due to the diverse breadth of our panel of attorneys that help support the clinic that we're able to see people with such a range of legal problems.
Mm-hmm. So what areas can you advise people on?
So we advise a lot in the realm of family law. We do civil matters with a value of up to $20,000, and they can be debt claims, contract claims. We obviously do work in the landlord and tenant space. We've done some work in the wills area, road traffic offences. If people need referrals to various government departments, we're able to assist with that. And if anybody needs any assistance with applications for legal aid, we can help with filling in those forms and processing that application along with legal aid for you.
So students at the law school actually participate in giving this advice?
It's the students that take the lead in this. These are generally students that are doing the professional practice course, going on to qualify at the Cayman Bar, and they're supported by a fantastic panel of local attorneys who assist them and supervise their interview with the client and the drafting of the advice that is then passed on to our various clients.
So when someone comes to you, they shouldn't be under the impression that you're actually going to be representing them in a court case.
No, we don't offer court-based representation. We're an advice-only service, but we can certainly provide you with advice as to what the next steps are that you need to take, or forms that you need to complete, or actions that you need to do. And people do come back to us at several stages throughout a matter for follow-up appointments, and that's perfectly fine as well.
How do people get in touch with you? What are the first step as far as using your service?
Okay, so in terms of using our service, we've got a dedicated website, which is cilac.ky, which is cilac.ky. They can email to get an appointment, and that will come through to me. Our email address is on our website, but it's cilac@gov.ky, so cilac@gov.ky. Or you can drop us a call at 945 0077.
So how involved is the legal community, the law firms and such?
The law firms are very involved. We have a panel of attorneys at every monthly session, and I can't say thank you enough to the attorneys that give up their time. If I can just do a quick thank you to the firm. So we've got Travis Thorpe Alberger, McGrath Tonner, NXT Law, Ogier, Carrie Olson, Cobra and Kim, Maples, Morant, HSM, Cayman Family Law, and a number of solo practitioners as well who come and provide their services. And we couldn't do the work without them or cover the breadth of matters that we're able to see. So thank you very much to all the attorneys that give their time to the panel.
So do you sort of refer people then to practicing lawyers after giving them advice?
If they're eligible for legal aid, we would refer them to the legal aid process, and then there are civil and criminal lists. Some of the attorneys act on those panels as well, but it is completely up to the individual who they'd be able to then go on and select if they needed it for a particular matter.
So, I mean, suppose someone comes to a student who is there. Might they say, well, this is a little bit above my level, let me call in a practicing attorney to give you advice?
The attorneys are actually with the students at the time that somebody is being interviewed. So generally when you come along, you can expect a law firm environment. Everything is confidential. You will have an interview with one of our students and an attorney. We will then either get you back in for a follow-up appointment if something is particularly complex, or we'll provide you with a letter of advice as to next steps, and that usually takes place within a 3 to 4 week period.
If you have a non-advice question, you are welcome to give us a call here. You can call us on the 1-800 number, 1-800-534-8255. That's compliments of Flow. Also 949-8037, 949-6990, or the WhatsApp number 925-3261. But we're not going to be giving any legal advice here, but if you have a question about this service itself, you're certainly welcome to give us a call. Are there things that you just don't touch, you don't get involved in?
Particularly matters of contested property, or if the value of a civil claim is over $20,000. Those tend to be issues that we don't become involved in. But otherwise, we've got a pretty broad remit of things that we handle. A full list can be found on our website, and we try to assist as broadly as we possibly can. If something a little unusual comes in, I'm able to draw the experience from my attorney panel. We've handled over 400 matters since we founded in 2021, and that's a credit to the 5 cohorts of students that have been involved and our panel of practicing attorneys. We've never had to turn anything particularly away yet, which has been excellent.
Was there any particular impetus that caused the Chief Justice to put this into action?
I think it was something that Sir Anthony had been working on for a number of years, and I think it was right time, right place. I think there was an impetus from the profession, certainly from the tutors at the law school and from the students, and we managed to, whilst he was in the process of retiring, find space for the clinic to be housed. So that's all done at the courthouse. The attorneys were onboarded, processes and procedures were written, and myself, along with the team at the time, came about through Darlene Oko and Scott Atkins and myself. We were able to sort of lay the pathway along with the Cayman Islands Legal Practitioners Association to bring the clinic into fruition and to see those first clients all the way back in 2021.
So it's the clinic itself is at the courthouse?
It is. We're actually housed up on the 3rd floor of the old Scotiabank building.
Are people able to just walk in?
It is by appointment, just so that we know what's coming through the door and that we can get you before the right people. But if you drop me an email on the email address on our website or a call, I can arrange for you to come in and to come and see us. We meet monthly at the courthouse, and then follow-up appointments also happen there, but they vary depending upon what the needs of a particular client might be.
Mm-hmm. When you say you meet monthly, what do you mean by that?
So the sessions for the clinic are every month. We usually have our session on the 3rd Thursday of any month, and we usually run between 10 and 11 months of the year. Sessions run from 5:30 in the evening through till about 9 o'clock, and I'll usually have sort of 6 or 7 attorneys with various different specialisms, along with our students from the law school there, ready to service the clients that we have. So our next session is on the 25th of September, and then we've got the 2nd of October, the 16th of October, the 20th of November, and the 4th of December. And that will take us to Christmas, and then new dates will be published into the new year.
So you've got quite a busy schedule.
Indeed, we've got a very busy session coming up in a few weeks' time.
So those sessions then are actually the person has to be able to fit their schedule into one of those sessions and able to get the advice?
Usually just to have the initial interview. The advice we'll follow up with them with. The advantage of meeting in the evening is that we've tended to find that's when people were available rather than taking sort of time out of their work day to come and see us during normal working hours. So those sessions take place after work, and then people can come along and seek advice from us.
You said you've helped, over 400 people?
Yeah, 400 cases since starting.
What would these people have done otherwise? I mean, if you weren't there to lend a helping hand, what would probably have happened with these people?
I think people would find themselves in legal difficulty. I think the service provided by the Legal Assistance Clinic is a feature of access to justice, in that it ensures that people can come along, share their concerns, get advice as to what various legal provisions are, and to be able to engage with the legal system and to be able to take the next steps that they need to help themselves rather than burying their heads in the sand.
Now, I think a lot of people are under the impression like legal aid is something that if you have a criminal matter, that you can get representation. Is that the case, or is that open to a much wider spectrum?
It's a much wider spectrum. So obviously in criminal cases, legal aid is available from the time of charge. But legal aid is also available through the legal aid service and the legal aid department in civil and family cases. There is certain criteria that is attached to that. But we offer pro bono, completely free legal advice, completely separate to the legal aid provision that is offered within the Cayman Islands as well. And Cayman has a really robust legal aid system.
So when people come to you, I mean, is this something that, suppose it's kind of complicated, are you willing to see them through several sessions of
Absolutely. We've got no problems in seeing somebody who's got a complicated matter. And if we can't deliver full advice immediately, we take the bit of the cherry that we can, and then we can follow up, have further appointments. And if somebody has got sort of a protracted matter, we're able to see them throughout the course of that as well. And our attorneys have been very willing to do that, and I thank them for that.
In looking back over the cases that you handle, do any of them stand out that you say, boy, it was a good thing that we were here?
Yes, certainly there have been cases that have definitely brought a tear to the eye of the attorneys that have been involved and of the students and myself. And I think that some standout moments have definitely occurred, and people have definitely got the advice they need and the help that they've needed because the clinic has been there.
So you sort of saved the day for a number of people.
I'd like to think so. And it is completely the students and the attorneys that are involved that have done that. And I can't thank them enough for doing the things that they do.
How does this kind of service compare to other places?
So the one thing that we wanted to do when we founded the clinic back in 2021 was to ensure that it was like coming to see a law firm. So we ensure that there is that high standard of professionalism, that high standard of confidentiality. We meet deadlines that we agree with people. We keep documents confidential. We ensure that you get the service that you would if you went to see a lawyer in a law firm. Just because we're providing pro bono legal advice doesn't mean that it should be any different to the advice that's received by someone if they were going to see one of the fine lawyers that are within our jurisdiction.
So you mentioned confidentiality. I know that's a very important thing in a small community.
Yeah, very, very much so, and particularly within Cayman, we're very, very careful that confidentiality training is provided in full to the students that are involved. We have very strict confidentiality policies that we enforce rigorously. So you can be assured that if you come to an appointment, anything that is divulged is fully protected by the force of the law.
Let's recap and talk a little bit more about the types of things that people can come to you for.
Indeed. So we operate, as I said, on a monthly basis for intake appointments. We're based at the courthouse, which is in the Old Scotiabank building in Georgetown. You can come and see us in relation to family issues, whether that be divorce matters or matters involving children. You can come and see us in relation to civil matters, whether that be debt claims or contract claims, issues in relation to landlord and tenant, employment issues, immigration issues, road traffic offences. We can assist with reference to various government departments, and of course any assistance with legal aid.
Any of those types that are more prevalent than others that people come to you for?
I think we've certainly noticed we've seen a lot of landlord and tenant matters over the last year. Our family service is very, very busy, and I would also say our civil employment service is a busy area of work for us as well.
What kind of things that you see between landlord and tenant?
I think, unfortunately, it's usually landlords taking actions that they potentially shouldn't against their tenants, and not treating them as well as they should be. And we've had some very concerned people come to seek advice from us, and I think we have been able to assist in relation to conditions and in relation to deposit issues and rent issues as well.
Are there any actual landlord-tenant laws in Cayman?
There are. They potentially may not be as strong as they are in other jurisdictions, but there is a framework that exists, and we're able to assist tenants in particular in those areas where that framework exists.
And I guess there being Cayman having, I guess, a sort of transitory population, people are coming and going all the time, and a lot of people just don't know where they stand.
Yes, I think that is correct. I think with the turnover of people coming through the island, we tend to see similar issues come up again and again. And of course, people don't know where they stand in relation to a particular matter. They might think, oh, well, the law is this where I come from, and it may be subtly different here. But if there are any questions that you have, please contact us, and we're able to assist where we can.
So, I mean, tenants do have certain rights.
Yes, they do.
And so you would address those and help people out?
We certainly would. We try to assist everybody that we can to get the most positive outcome in relation to their circumstances.
Do you see a lot of family matters?
We do. We see an awful lot of family matters, and the family team do some extraordinary work across sort of the whole realm of family law, and I'm very grateful for the work that they do.
I mean, you don't get into any kind of mediation or anything like that?
We don't, but there is a mediation service that is also offered at the court that Chanda Glidden runs, and I understand that has a very, very busy family element to it. And certainly mediation is something that is advised as part of the process.
All right, so how should people go and contact you again and see if their matter can be taken up?
So if you'd like to get in contact with us, we have our website, which is cilac.ky, which is cilac.ky. Our email is cilac@gov.ky, or you can drop us a call on 945 0077.
All right. And you can actually put these people on to either the legal service, the legal aid,
we can
or
refer into
professional
legal aid.
or private sector,
or our private sector attorneys that take part will give some initial advice and point you in the next direction.
Do most of your people though end up seeking the legal aid?
I think it varies, it is the honest answer. We certainly refer a number of cases into legal aid if they need further support. But it depends. It depends on the circumstances and what we see.
So do all the students at the law school participate in this?
So it is our professional practice course students who have up to this point participated.
What does that mean?
So those are our students that are sitting their bar exams. So it is their final year before they go into their articles of clerkship programs with one of the firms on island. From this year, our final year LLB students, so those taking their law degree, will also become involved. And this will be the first time in the law school's 40-year history that we will be teaching Cayman law as part of our undergraduate program as well as on our professional practice course.
So these are our students, but this is at the end of their academic career.
Yes, this is kind of the very end of their studies. And the ethos is to give them that kind of clinical legal experience. There's no better experience than taking on a legal matter and being able to deal with it and to know the sort of steps that you need to take as you go on into practice. And that helps sort of the students when they then begin their articles of clerkship program. It gives a benefit to the community and to those students that are qualifying as well. And the attorneys, the one thing that I hear said time and time again is that it is a privilege to have our practicing certificates, and to be able to give back to the community by providing this advice is an icing on the cake.
Well, that's good to hear because, I mean, a lot of times the legal community has a different image among people, that they're just there making big salaries and not really reaching out to help the community.
The attorneys that we have on our panel span a number of firms on the island, and I'm grateful for the time that those attorneys give. And there are continually new attorneys reaching out to join the panel of attorneys available to provide this advice. We've had attorneys that have been with us from the very beginning when we founded in 2021, and new ones joining regularly. And I thank them for providing that service.
And people who want to use this or thinking about using this then can rest assured that they're getting professional level assistance.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Well, please keep up the good work and keep us posted on anything new. Anything that we haven't covered that you want to make sure.
No. Thank you very much. I think we've covered everything.
All right. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Letting us know all about this. You have a good afternoon.
Yes, and you. Thank you very much indeed.
We'll be right back with more talk today, and we're going to have open lines. So pick up the phone and give me a call. We'll be right back.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit CaymanAirways.com/cargo.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
The offices of dermatologist Dr. Wayne Porter will be taking appointments from September 8 to 12 at his Crew Road Clinic. Appointment slots are limited. Whether you're seeking advanced skincare, Botox, filler, cosmetic enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles, Dr. Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email dr.portercayman@gmail.com or call 946-9020 to book your appointment today. That is 946-9020.
Diabetic retinopathy is the most serious eye condition associated with diabetes. It affects the delicate tissue of the retina and can cause visual impairment or blindness. Let me encourage you. If you have diabetes, make sure you get a dilated pupil exam every year. It's painless and it only takes a few minutes. This message was brought to you by the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens. Accept the challenge, united in service. This PSA has been sponsored by Radio Cayman 89.9 FM.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Yes, what is on your mind, Cayman? We have open line, so you can pick up the phone. Let us know what's going on in that wonderful mind of yours, right? We do have someone on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today. Hello.
Good afternoon, Sir Charles. Good afternoon.
Yes.
How are you today, sir?
I'm doing all right. And yourself?
Oh, not bad. I just wrote a poem.
Our poet laureate.
It's called Giving Thanks. May I read, sir?
Please, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Craig Brown.
The teacher instructs us on our ABCs. Importantly, let's observe the National Day of Literacy. Our tutors also assisted us in reading a stop sign. Education is, of course, a significant design. Think of what some have achieved to this day. Even the great speakers and the words they say. Together, at times, we thank our valued educators who contributed largely to the success of even inventors. Think of it. Help someone to read today. instead of negativity and less valued child's play. Biblically speaking, words of wisdom are also good. You too can be a fine example in your neighborhood. Let us, in gratitude, thank God for our teachers, whilst also thanking our goodly, wise preachers. Let us be grateful always for words of wisdom and be strengthened further by accepting education. Author Mr. Craig Brown, Mr. Charles.
Greg, that was nice. So did you write that for this is Literacy Month. September is also Literacy Month. Did you write that especially for Literacy Month?
Yes, sir, I did. And I decided that I'd have that title there, giving thanks, because it's so important. The teachers have done so well for us. And they had so much patience teaching us while we were little children, and helped us to get from point A to point B and even C. So I am certainly thankful to my teachers, my schools, and
So where did you go to school?
I went to my first school was TF, Truth for Youth School.
Yeah? I went to Truth for Youth, too.
Truth for Youth School, that was my first school, and then on to other schools, but it was really very, very good for me at that school. I had very good teachers. I had also great teachers in the government schools, teachers from so many different countries, and I'm so grateful to my teachers. I see quite a few of them even these days, and I still like to say, "Teacher, how are you?" And I thank you so much for having the patience with me and everything else. So I like to give thanks, and that's my contribution to our Literacy Month and our good teachers here in the Cayman Islands.
You know, you've read a few poems on the air now.
Yes, sir.
How do you go about writing these poems? How do you put all this together?
There are times when I'm inspired by news and trying to increase my value is another reason why I have that inspiration to write. I like to write, and that's so important to me that I can make use of what the teacher taught me to do.
So when you start writing, does it just flow? Does it just come, or sometimes do you have to stop and think of something you kind of struggle with continuing, or does it just comes?
Usually it flows, just flows, and then I have to let me see. It usually does just flow, and I have to think a little about the way I write songs and rhyming. I like to rhyme instead of just going the other ways. So I do it that way, and try to offer something to the public that I think is good and inspirational. That's more like my style, inspirational poems. That's the way I like to say it.
Well, thanks for sharing it with us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. thank you so much for also giving me the time to read it as well, sir.
All right. Well, you take care.
Yes, sir. Have a wonderful day too, sir.
All right. You take care. Yep. Craig Brown there with another one of his poems that he has put pen to paper or keyboard to screen, however he writes it out. But some good work there. And, well, this is not, a birthday type program, but we got a message on the WhatsApp here, and this is saying, blessings to you all. Please send birthday wishes to my beloved nephew, whose birthday is today. His name is Mudero Valentine. Please, he's one of my precious nephews. Greetings from your Aunt Myrtle, cousin Carrie, Flo, and Carlington. Well, Mudero, happy birthday. I hope you enjoy the day 100%. And we are having open line here, so don't hold back. Pick up the phone, join me here, let us chat about whatever you think people might want to hear about, or something that you would like to share with us. You want to bring an issue to the forefront? Well, here's a chance for you to vent about it, inform us about it. Give us a call. 1-800-534-8255, compliments of Flow, or 949-8037, 949-6990, or you want to send a WhatsApp message or give me a call on WhatsApp, 925-3261. I see that things are moving closer to Cayman getting some solar power worked into the offerings here. CUC, is facing capacity issues with our population growing all the time. It seems like every time you turn around, there's more and more people in Cayman, and that has its implications in many ways. We see it in traffic. We see it in the number of people that we encounter in grocery stores. And, of course, everybody is using electricity. And that's one of the challenges that CUC has, is keeping up with the ever-growing Cayman. And they had their issues there with OFREG about solar power being considered what they call firm power. And I guess if I understand that correctly, firm power is electricity generated by a means that you can count on. And of course, CUC was saying that solar power in conjunction with batteries is firm power. And there was some dispute there, and now apparently OFREG has accepted that would be firm power. And so they're going through this bidding procedure rather, to get some more power on the line. And everybody wants to get away from fossil fuel, because there are many reasons to do that. Expense being one of them, environmental considerations being another, and we are progressing towards that now, it seems. And in a story here in Cayman News Service, see Sasha Tibbetts, CUC Vice President of Customer Service and Technology, is saying that when these bids are all in and all is said and done, around 15% of the island's electricity will be green. And We all want to see it move in that direction. But of course, excuse me, that good old fossil fuel is there to produce electricity all the time. And we hope to see us progress where we're producing electricity without actually causing environmental damage in doing so, and of course being easier on the pocket. We have to take a break, but we'll be right back. Pick up the phone, give me a call, let me know what's on your mind.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Protect your computers and mobile devices with security software to defend against cyber attacks through viruses, malware, and other online threats. Be aware of unsecure Wi-Fi connections when in public. If you need to access your online banking or sensitive information on your mobile devices, try disabling the Wi-Fi and switching to data from your mobile network. If you suspect a fraud attempt, please contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit caymanairways.com/cargo.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Caymanian job seekers, are you still searching for the right opportunity? To ensure that your application is received and considered during your job search, we encourage you to apply for that role on the Work Jobs portal, even if you applied for the job advertised on the company's website. Increase your chance of putting your best foot forward. Double up to stay on top. Don't wait. Hit that apply button today. Visit worc.ky to search for available jobs.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
And that is the question of the day. What is on your mind? Pick up the phone, give me a call, let me know what's on your mind. Interestingly enough, again today, we heard someone who is involved in community service and helping people say that they encounter many people in Cayman who do not have health insurance. And, everybody's supposed to have health insurance, right? Isn't that the law? But affording health insurance is a totally other matter. You may have it mandated that everyone must have health insurance, but the cost of health insurance in Cayman makes it beyond the reach of so many people, especially people who've retired, elderly people are out there who can't simply afford it. Even the basic insurance, the SHIC plan that gives you $400 a year to go see a doctor, get your prescriptions filled, or have any tests. Can you imagine trying to do all of that on $400? It's not possible. We have someone on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Good afternoon, Mr. Glidden. Good afternoon to everyone.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. I want to talk about the arrival of the brand new rock crusher for the government here in Cayman Brac. Arrived on the Thompson-Stuggan barge and transported up on the bluff nearby the agricultural grounds. It's placed up there. It's a brand new crusher manufactured in China, weighing approximately 60 tons, and it's on a trike crusher. Being Cayman Brac got lots of rock there on the bluff, and the government purchased 59 acres where the new school is. That's seen a need for this rock crusher.
So that's going to be used to build a new school?
No, sir. The school is under construction, and the site is already prepared a long time. The school is they're up to the second floor on the school now, and lots of people are working there every day of the week, just about. But in that area around the school, they have a total of 59 acres that was purchased by the Cayman Island government, and that area has a lot of rock and a lot of red mold as well. In one of the meetings with Mr. J, Minister of Agriculture, I suggested that there are maybe 1,000 cubic yards, anyway, dozens or maybe 200 truckloads of red mold that they excavated, dug out from the school site.
Mm-hmm.
That used to be all farmland in that area, mostly farmland. Lots of it were farmland. Mr. Covington McLaughlin and his son used to do farm there for years. They had probably about an acre.
So this was all good soil?
Yes, red mold soil, that's right. Beautiful, highly fertile for planting. So in a meeting with Mr. J and some other officials, I suggested that soil be used and put somewhere else on government land or on the same land and spread it out and make a public farm where members of the public could get an area and cultivate themselves and do a 50-50 basis.
Have a grounds.
Yeah, have the grounds, right, because that will grow cassava, yams, pumpkins, fruit, anything will grow, and that is very fertile. Once you get water, that will grow stuff. But
Well, maybe they should have put the school somewhere else and put a farm right there.
Well, the school went right where the farm was.
Ah.
That's right. Right where the farm was is where the school is. Anyway, that is progressing along very well. But they have a lot of cliff rock in the surrounding areas. When they go to chip that down, then they will crush the rock into 4-inch various grades. And it's a beautiful-looking crush.
So does that belong to a private company?
No, that's public owned. That's government. It's about 75 feet long and about 15 feet tall, weighing around 60 tons, and it's remote controlled.
Oh, remote controlled.
Yes, the operator don't have to go on top of it. They can stay alongside of it, away from it. Scott Development here in Cayman Brac has one like that as well for a long time.
Mm.
Yes, you can just stand and walk with it and direct it where it has to go, turn it, do the maneuvers by remote control, just like how the children do their toys. Yeah, that's interesting. They got heavy equipment. The Russians have bulldozers. You can stand by and use a bulldozer and clear land instead of being bamboozled out inside or up on the cliff,
Yeah.
Or excavator, you can do it with a remote control. Anyway, that is what I would like to see with all that red mold they got up there.
So did you get a response to that?
Yes, in the meeting that I had, they agreed that was a good suggestion. But I put in the suggestion there. I want to see action taken to do it. Not just say we're going to see what we can do. Get it done. That mold is sitting up on the east side of where the new school is. A huge pile of red mold. So, and they also told me that they were using that for landscaping around the new school. But they don't need to use that valuable soil for landscaping. They can use what Scott Development sells that has a high percentage of fertile soil in it.
Okay.
That mold should be used for growing purposes, growing produce, fruits, vegetables, all kinds of produce. So let's see what's going to happen after my suggestion, and who's listening to me take it up and do what needs to be done.
So what kind of stuff did they grow? What kind of stuff did they grow there before? You said there was a farm there?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, I bought so many things from that farm, from Mr. Curlin and Covington. They had watermelons there up to about 25-pound watermelons, pumpkins, bananas, plantains, okras, beans, you name it. Cayman type of produce.
Yeah, well, with all the talk about food security and everything, sounds like
that's right. Food
they should have just made use of that farm. I mean, you can probably find another spot for the school.
Well, it was put right where the farm was. Anyway, that's too late now, but the soil is sitting there in a huge pile, so that soil can be used to continue doing farming on Cayman Brack, and that's what everybody needs to be doing. A lot of people that can do. We have the soil. Lots of people got land on the bluff, but the problem is we have in these long-time droughts is average of 95 degrees temperature. You need irrigation. You need to drill a well down through the bluff, or otherwise get water tanks and get the water authority can deliver the water to the tanks and fill them up, and then you water your plants. Okay, that's that story. I want to talk about this weekend, last weekend gone, and today and tomorrow marks historic maritime events with the most mega structures passing through the Cayman Island waters in history. Well, recorded in my 45 years, and I know prior to that it wasn't these massive structures transported anywhere in the world. So we got...
what kind of structures are they? What kind of structures?
Oil rig, crane, and factories. Okay,
So they're being towed through our waters here?
No, all of them are transported on board ships.
Oh.
The one was yesterday evening passed to the southwest of Grand Cayman. It's a super tanker-sized ship carrying a $16 million dock crane, a gantry crane, massive tower crane, for the port of Gulfport, Mississippi. It cost $16 million to build in Shanghai, China. And the ship has been on the water nonstop for 73 days from Shanghai, China, on a 17,000-mile journey. 73 days. It will arrive down there on the 11th of this month. Yeah.
So that's how long they've been at sea.
Yes, they're going to be a total of 73 days from departure, 20th of June, from Shanghai, China, to Gulfport, Mississippi. But that's not the only thing. It has on board other massive structures for other ports. I'm not sure which ports in America they're going to, but this crane, when it's fully erect, it's 330 feet tall. Imagine, 330 feet tall. And it can reach out 136 feet to span 17 containers. So ships will be able to come to Gulfport, Mississippi.
So is that for the port itself, or is that for building high rises?
For the port itself, expansion, massive expansion to accommodate large container ships. Gulfport, Mississippi is one of the big ports that brings in fruits and vegetables from Central and South America. So that will be used a lot for these very large fruit carriers. They have ships that load bananas in Puerto Cortes and Puerto Castilla, Honduras, Turbo, Colombia. They carry 2,000 20-foot containers of bananas, pineapples, watermelons, kiwis, and all of that.
How do you get all these stats?
Oh, I have it, man, right here in my head. I got it.
But I mean, how do you source it?
Oh, I source it through the International Shipping and Trading Forum.
Okay.
That I've been connected to for many years. And back to one of the other ships is tomorrow evening passing north of Cayman Brac. We should be able to see this one that passing tomorrow. That is carrying chemical factories, modules from Vietnam and Malaysia going to Beaumont, Texas for the manufacturing of ammonia and petrochemicals for making polypropylene and polyethylene chemicals for making ropes and plastics. And that ship will be passing with three of those giant factories sitting on its deck tomorrow evening.
Tell me something, Raymond. I guess we have shipping lanes that come right into our area. About how many ships a day pass through our area?
It's an average of about, within 75-mile radius of the Cayman Islands. 75-mile radius of the Cayman Islands. That's 75 miles away from Grand Cayman as well.
So how many ships?
Yes, it's around 100 ships within a 24-hour period.
Okay. Well, Raymond, thank you for the update. I have to see what's making headlines here. Thank you for giving us all that info. It's 2 o'clock here at Radio Cayman, and that's news time. Let's see what's making headlines.
Since 1976.
Covering Grand Cayman, Little Cayman, Cayman Brac. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market.
I'm April Cummings with your headlines. Travelers flying out of Owen Roberts International Airport may notice security lines moving a bit faster thanks to a new generation of advanced baggage scanners that have just been installed. Passengers can now keep laptops and electronics in their bags, speeding up the screening process and making the airport experience smoother. Authorities say it's only the first step, with 2 more high-tech scanners coming soon. In international headlines, Uber and Chinese autonomous vehicle startup Momenta are set to launch robo-taxi testing in Munich, Germany, beginning in 2026, marking the first continental European deployment for both companies in their ambitious expansion of driverless ride-hailing services. The partnership, initially announced in May 2025, will introduce Level 4 autonomous vehicles on Uber's platform, but there will be human safety operators on board to monitor operations and intervene when necessary. Undersea cable cuts in the Red Sea disrupted internet access across parts of Asia and the Middle East on Saturday, affecting millions of users and raising fresh concerns about the vulnerability of critical global infrastructure amid ongoing tensions in the region. The cause of the incident remained unclear, although the disruptions occurred in waters where Iran-backed Houthis have been conducting attacks on shipping in their campaign to pressure Israel over the Gaza war. Those are your headlines. I'm April Cummings.
www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back to Talk Today. Quick weather check here at Owen Roberts International. It's 90 degrees. It feels like 105. Wind out the south-southeast at 6.5 knots. And if you think it's an especially humid day out there, Yeah, it's 70% humidity. All you got to do is walk around a little bit and you feel like you're, sweating it up. Forecast is calling for thunderstorms all the way through until tonight. And taking a look at the National Hurricane Center, 7-day graphical tropical weather outlook, no tropical cyclone activity is expected during the next 7 days. That disturbance that was out there last week has petered out, so that's the good news. We have someone on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air.
Yeah, there's someone on the air a while ago talking about the housing problem. Can you give more information about how to get in contact with him? Or
The housing problem? Are you talking about the legal assistance?
Yeah, legal assistance, yeah.
Well, there is a website. I don't have the information at hand right now, but you can get information if you go online, look up legal assistance, Cayman Legal Aid, or you can inquire down at the court's offices in the old Scotiabank building. Okay?
All right.
All right. And they'll help you out.
All right. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you for calling. And previously, I have to stop and think about this now. Do we really want to be giving messages to people? Is this legit? Peter Jones, please contact your wife. Okay. Before we went to the news and getting the report from the BRAC there, I was talking about health insurance. I guess it's something serious. But I was talking about the state of health insurance in the Cayman Islands. Again, we've heard about from people working in the community, giving community service, that they encounter so many people, especially elderly people, who simply do not have health insurance. They don't have the means of getting a checkup. In one instance, we were talking about prostate checks for men, and that many people don't have the insurance that they can just go to a doctor and they have the coverage to be able to pay for these things. And today we were talking about Alzheimer's and dementia. And again, we heard about people who do not have health insurance coverage that enables them to go to a physician and get the proper kind of care that they should be getting. Why is that so in the Cayman Islands? The cost of health insurance is sky high. We know we have the basic insurance, SHIC as it is called. Some people call it something close to that name, but not exactly the same thing. Even if you have that is a significant cost also. If you're retired and you're getting what is it now that people I think get $1,400, $1,000, something like that a month out of their pension, and you're paying $200, $300 for basic insurance, you don't have a lot left, for anything else. It wasn't much that you have to begin with. But people are going without health insurance. And why is that happening in a place like the Cayman Islands, a big financial center? There must be a better way of doing this. If you have the basic insurance, you have $400 that you're allowed outside of being hospitalized, if as far as outpatient care is concerned. You go to a doctor for a doctor's visit. A good chunk of that $400 is going to be spent right there. If you have prescriptions, that $400 is not going to cover very much, because that's $400 per year. Okay? And I know I've brought this up several times here, but this is something that is facing us, and we have to find a better way of providing health insurance coverage for the people of Cayman, especially those who have, paid their dues more or less, have retired, are now in the winter of their life, and need probably more medical attention than at any other time in their life. But often they have to go and get help from the government, or they have to declare themselves indigent and get help. There must be a better insurance scheme than what we have. People shouldn't have to be deciding whether they're going to get their prescription filled or keep the lights on, keep the water running. What is to be done? What would you like to see done as far as health insurance in Cayman? Because people are going without the proper coverage, and that means they're going without the kind of medical assistance, the medical care that they need. And that just shouldn't be. I'd like to hear from people as to what we should be doing here about insurance coverage in the Cayman Islands, because just today, again, Dorothy Davis, the chairperson of the board of the Alzheimer's and Dementia Association of the Cayman Islands, was telling us how she encounters people who don't have the coverage, and she was not really surprised at this because of her own experience of after reaching retirement and what the cost of keeping up the same insurance that she had while she was working would have been, $700 a month. And that's a good little chunk of money. Now, how is a person who is retired supposed to have that level of insurance, which is probably, you would say, gives you good coverage, but the cost is out of so many people's reach that people have to, take the basic insurance, and even taking the basic insurance apparently is too much for a lot of people. Is the government doing anything to try and change the type of system that we have here in Cayman? Should we be looking at what you would call a single-payer system? instead of having multiple health insurance companies trying to get a slice of a very small pie, because look, what we're up to, maybe 90,000 people now. That, in the big picture of things, is not a very large population, even though when we look at it, we say, oh my God, we're up to 90,000 people. It's getting too crowded. But that's still a very small population to be sliced up among a good number of insurance companies, you know. So each person each insurance company trying to get a slice of this small population, there's not enough people to spread the cost over. But maybe if we had a single payer covering everybody, then we would have some kind of economies of scale that would be more affordable. I have to take a break. We'll be right back. I think we have a caller holding on. Just hang in there. We'll get to you right after we take this commercial break.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit CaymanAirways.com/cargo.
Mark your calendars for the Caribbean's ultimate gaming event. In the heart of the Caribbean, a storm is rising, the battleground is set, and the ultimate showdown is about to begin. This year, the games hit harder than ever. Fortnite, FC 25, Super Smash Bros, NBA 2K25, and iRacing. Whether you're building, brawling, scoring, or driving, this is your stage. Top cosplayers, content creators, and gamers are flying in for one epic weekend in Grand Cayman. Meet Brown Bakugo, Kawiwi, and Austin John Plays. Snap pics, get autographs, or even one-on-one them live on stage. Gamers Bay isn't just a tournament, it's cosplay, merch, VR, creator booth, free play zones, prizes, and the epicenter of Caribbean esports. Think you've got what it takes? Step up and compete for your share of $10,000 in cash and prizes. Win glory, bragging rights, and cold hard cash. Gamers Bay 9, September 27th and 28th at the John Gray Gymnasium. Level up, lock in, let's play. For tickets and team registrations, head over to gamersbayevent.com.
Water Authority Cayman wishes to advise the motoring public of upcoming wastewater infrastructure works along West Bay Road in the vicinity of Burger King, which will cause a partial closure of West Bay Road. Preliminary activities which the Water Authority contractors will conduct are scheduled to take place on Saturday 20th September, which may cause temporary traffic diversion into the center turn lane for southbound traffic. Traffic signs and other control measures will be placed when needed. The primary maintenance work will take place on Sunday, 21st September from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. During the works, the southbound lane of West Bay Road will be closed between Burger King and the Dart Overpass, with the southbound through traffic being diverted through Esterly Tibbet Highway. The northbound lane will remain open. Motorists will be able to access the businesses in the area: Galleria Plaza, Tiger Mart Gas Station, and Burger King. West Shore Plaza and Wendy's can be accessed via Lawrence Boulevard. Flaggers and traffic signs will be in place. All motorists are asked to drive with caution to ensure their own safety as well as the safety of the Water Authority and its contractor staff. These works are part of an ongoing series of maintenance work on the wastewater infrastructure in the area. The Water Authority appreciates the patience and understanding of its customers and the public as it upgrades its wastewater infrastructure and apologizes for any inconvenience caused.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back to Talk Today, and we have a caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today. Hello? Hello? Anyone there? Apparently not. A WhatsApp message here talking about healthcare and health insurance. The message says, the government said they will be providing insurance for seniors and children starting in January 2026. Haven't heard how it will work exactly, but I can't imagine that they will push people to only use HSA facilities, as I think it will put too much strain on them. Well, I know the government taking on providing that for seniors and children. Will they have the money? What about this deficit that we hear that is awaiting us at the end of the year? We have a caller. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Good afternoon, and you, Shalom.
Yes.
This is something that I've talked about before and for the last 28 years. I think it is that insurance was mandatory, it became a law. And they used to advertise right here on Radio Cayman and the other stations that it's the law. It's the law.
Mm-hmm.
They no longer say that anymore because several people that work for themselves, little jobs, painting people's houses, fixing things. And we know that. Maintenance work and other little things for people that are not really employed by any one entity, but they can't afford it. You know that, health insurance. They simply cannot. And there's no use saying that they can't afford it. They can't. And that's in dozens, and it's hundreds and it's thousands, I guess. It's going to get worse, of course. The advent of AI, people are naive and silly in thinking that it won't cause a loss of jobs. Computers from the very inception in the early 60s, and it became prevalent or starting to become in workplaces, immediately you saw that it's going to take away jobs, and this will do even more so as a faster, quicker system and more efficient and so forth.
And you don't have to pay health insurance for them, right?
And health or pension or anything. And then the object is people go into business. Let's face facts, and that's what everybody works for, themselves and their families. And it's no different with big millionaire businessmen who own big businesses and so forth, and the big boys earning kind of money. It's just for themselves and their families, and then the employee comes afterwards, and that's it. We can cut down on that. The labor cost is usually the biggest cost in any business, or a big portion of it anyhow. And
well, it's also it's a constant. Every month you have to pay that, do that payroll.
The payroll and everything, and that's it. So if you cut down on that, if it's going to be more people laid off. But I suggested from the very beginning, I said it will not work. When these people were running around along West Bay Road, some Americans was, of course, and maybe Canadians too, to each of the condos and telling them, they can sell you this catastrophic insurance. And that's what it was all about, really, catastrophic insurance. You can only use it. It's only beneficial if it's some really catastrophe.
Yeah, you're talking about
But
the
they're
SHIC plan, right?
The SHIC plan, and even
Right.
some higher.
If you go in the hospital, it comes in, it kicks in, but
Yeah, but the thing is this: after that, you still have to keep paying it, and you're still owing on it. The person would be owing on that if it's a big event that is over the $400 or $500, and then they have so many visits per year, and then you max that out, and then you're still paying your premium, and it's not worth anything then because you're beyond your what you can get for the year and so forth. So it's a system that is doomed to failure and it's doomed to disaster. But we wouldn't listen to it. Insurance companies are so big and powerful. I won't say anymore.
Well, also, if you have something like a heart attack or, some kind of cancer, you're kind of stuck. You can't move on. If you have to get a new insurance, like go to a new job and get a new insurance, they might find you that you're uninsurable.
Uninsurable. This is it. And we have allowed that to happen. So, but it's the law. It's unbelievable that our members of parliament, MLAs, have let this fester to this point, boiling point, without doing a simple thing. You know what I've suggested long ago? And that's why I said it's going to come. If we're doing what all the other countries do, Canada has a very good system. I know that. No one can deny that. Great Britain has it. Everyone is covered, and a lot of West Indian countries have it, and all of Europe. It's a nationalized thing. You pay it in your income tax, a very small amount when you share it up amongst all the people. And you have that. If you want health insurance and you can afford it, there's still the health insurance availabilities. If you say, well, this is a lot quicker, I have the money, I'm earning several $1,000s a week, a month, and I can afford it. Then you can have that also, but you have that benefit there of a nationalized plan that you paid in your income tax. Everybody pays it to the government, and all doctors are bound to honor it. They're bound to honor it. And that's it. Like in Canada, it's the OHIP, I think it is, for Ontario, and then for all the provinces.
Well, even if it's not part of an income tax, I mean, we pay for it now. People can still pay into a national plan,
If you want to make a private company.
But if you were spreading that cost out over 90,000 people rather than 20,000 people that you might have on your roll, the cost would be less.
The cost would be less, of course, much, much less. But this is what I'm saying. If you're doing it a percentage-wise thing, this is where it would be fair. But for, the little guy who is earning $6 an hour or $8, whatever it's going to be by the time they get the new minimum wage effect, they still can't afford it at $8.75 or something like that. It's just not realistic. You could do a percentage thing, and therefore it would come out very favorable to the little guy who's at the bottom of the ladder, paying the same percentage as the big boy out of his salary, a very small percentage. I worked it out a long time ago, and it could be done, and it would bring in, if the government was handling it, which would be only fair for the government to handle this, since it's a law mandatory that the government handles it, and it's paid to the government, and therefore, if the government wants to give that out to a private company, but I don't see that working. I can't.
Well, I think it would still be better than what we have now, even if they
would be better
if they did a procurement process and awarded, the health insurance for the Cayman Islands to a private company, because that would have all been negotiated. Like, well, we have X number of people. How much would people have to contribute to get a decent coverage?
But it's as I said, leaving it up to to them to say, well, we'll work it out and we'll provide you these figures. It's just not gonna. What we're doing right now is not working at all. It's not working at all, and it's costing the government to take up the slack.
Yeah.
And for people, it's costing them a lot of money.
Isn't that one of the reasons for the overrun for
Yes,
for the
I guess
deficit that they've had to take on these things?
It's going to be much higher. We're an aging population. We know that. We're living much longer and but people, as I said, will be more and more put out of work as we bring in these new systems, and naive people will believe anything you tell them when they have these big events where someone is brought down as a speaker to sell them these things and sell them these systems, not realizing that when you're paying a speaker $100,000 to come down here and give a speech and so forth and that, and it's all about making a lot of money, and making a lot of money is about helping the companies to save, and people will be laid off and so forth, and it's going to get much worse. The health insurance system, we should...
Well, let's hope they figure something out.
A national plan, a national thing.
Well, Mickey, thank you for calling.
God bless you. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Until next time. It's 2:30, and that means we have to call it a day here at Talk Today. Thanks for joining me, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon. I'm Charles Glidden. Take care.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.